new deal. For youth, what you wanna do here? New deal, new deal, new deal. Change it up, I need a new feel. New deal, new deal, new deal.
We're here today to introduce the New Deal for Youth legislative package.
The bills we have chosen to endorse bring power and agency to young people and their communities.
When we are scoring legislation for a New Deal for Youth, we are looking at each bill and how it will impact the youth in their communities.
Does it shift power, decision-making, and/or resources to youth and young adults?
Does it transform the system rather than reform it?
Does it recognize that young people hold more than one identity at the same time?
Only legislation that has a final score of 5 or higher will be endorsed by New Deal for Youth.
That's why we are here today, to hear voices from young people who care about legislation and policies affecting their life.
What's a bill from our legislative package that you're excited about?
A bill I'm most excited about that's in our legislative package is counseling, not criminalization.
So this bill was scored at 8.9 out of 10, and this is our highest scoring healing and well-being bill.
Our bill will prohibit federal funds from being used to increase police presence in schools and free up much needed resources to reinvest in the staff to truly make our schools safe.
Knowing there's a lot of, young, autistic children that are being criminalized, and other, children that are not getting the care they need, and instead, and so this will focus on, getting trauma informed, care and, providing help instead of, criminalizing, children.
Connecting Youth to Jobs Act. So this was introduced by Representative Garcia, and this is another one of our high scoring bills in the economic justice section. And this has a score of 7.7.
Our bill isn't just about jobs. It addresses the circumstances that make it possible to get and keep a job.
Being able to have the knowledge and education that they need to be able to even qualify for certain jobs and even qualify to be in certain careers, because essentially, it's about being able to kind of build a foundation for oneself.
The Restorative Practice in Schools Act, which was introduced by Representative Cohen and Senator Bennett. So this is also one of our highest scoring bills.
There are several students who are part of different communities, whether that's like Black, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, etc. And getting more therapists that are part of these communities will allow the students to feel more comfortable to talk about their mental illnesses and other issues going on in their life, so then they can also get help with getting healthy coping mechanisms as well.
What advice do you have for Hill offices?
Young people for so long have experienced bureaucracy.
You need to take a serious and holistic approach and stance even when you're approaching teens.
Say nothing about us without us.
So please reach out to our changemakers.
We would love to work with y'all on creating legislation that is youth-centered and youth-driven.
And lastly, rest in the realization that life is a precious gift. You have been born into a period of immense prosperity, and that you have the gift of health, culture, and access to spiritual teachings. And lastly, remind yourself, for this, I am grateful. And I'm grateful for you all being here today, and thank you.
New deal, new deal, new deal. For youth, what you wanna do here? New deal, new deal, new deal. Change it up, I need a new feel. New deal, new deal, new deal.